Noon. Welcome back in another video. Tonight, in Baghdad's time, let me clear my throat. Let me clear my throat. يعني خلي أنظف حلقي. Let me clear my throat. Clear my throat. I would like to talk to you and ask you a few questions about what you plan to do tonight and tomorrow, especially in Baghdad, because tomorrow is going probably to be partial curfew. So what I like to ask you is, what is your plan for tomorrow? What do you like to do? How is it going, everybody? Muhammad Al-Kinani, Hisham, and Ya Sahib, everybody, thank you so much for joining me in this lovely short conversation. You know what? I like to talk to you face to face, better than shooting a video and posting it on my page. I love to talk to you face to face and get to know you personally. I'm a friendly person. I like to make a lot of friends. That is why I think you join me here, because I give you positive energy. This is what friends should give to their friends. I know sometimes this does not happen. Yusuf Al-Jabouri, M.A. Al-Jabouri, Don McCarthy, Akram, Ali Samir, Ragad, Muhammad, thank you so much. Davidel, we have Muhammad again, Noor Al-Ubaidi, Ishraqa, Ali Hussein, Ali Al-Muhammadawi, Ray Al-Qamar, Yasser Al-Bachari. I'm trying to fake it out and say it in English. Now, as I said, I'm a very friendly person. I like to talk to you slowly, which is not my normal ways of talking, but I like to get to know you more. I love to be your friend. Do you like that I am your friend? Do you like that I be your friend? What do you think? Maybe yes, maybe no, maybe I don't know. Now, let's jump into business. This is term number 2 that I have for you. Let's jump into business. It means let's start talking about the most important thing in our conversation. Now, sometimes we chat about a lot of things, to clear out the air or to clear the air out. It means, but this is third expression. Now, to clear things out or to clear the air out. Have you been in a very stuffed room, like a room in the house that you normally don't frequently open and visit and stay in? And it becomes dark and dim, and nobody is inside, and the air is kind of suffocating. This is an example where we say to clear the air out. So we open the windows of the room, to change the air and replenish it with a new buff of air from the surrounding atmosphere. This is exactly what we use in English when we want to funnel down. Funnel down. The expression is funnel down. Now, what is the meaning of funnel down? Funnel down. That's the expression. I'm using many expressions here. Probably I have a minimum list of 10 expressions for tonight because I want to take the advantage of me being your friend. So if you like, you can add me on Facebook. I love to be your friend. I would totally be more than excited to be your friend. So the expression that we have is to funnel things out. You know, when we jump into business, to funnel things out is to summarize things that we normally have in our conversation. So, for example, if we're talking about 10 things and we want to funnel them down to probably 3, 2, or 1, that is significantly more important than the other ones. This is the meaning of funneling things down. Now, this is something that we do after we jump into business. Absolutely important thing that we have to bear in mind. To bear in mind is to bear in mind is to keep it in your mind. As an example, I talk with my friend and I say, well, I like to go to Baghdad tomorrow, to Mansour and Jadriya. And you tell him, well, bear in mind that there is a curfew because of coronavirus. So bear in mind means keep it in mind. Be aware. The expression is bear in mind. Now, these are very common expressions, so to speak, in English conversation. And we normally say it because it's a friendly and it is common. It's a frequent in the society, whether that's American, British, Australian, Canadian, any kind of English in the world. We also have an Iraqi English, for your information. FYI, sometimes we say this expression to mean for your information. For your information. That's expression number 6. I'm planning actually to shoot out to you. It means to give you. To shoot out to you means to give to you. These expressions, because they are very common in English. And also, I like to invite you to add me on your Facebook so we become friends. Now, tomorrow is a very critical day and date in the probably history of Iraq and the world, probably to some extent, because of the drop of the oil prices. You know, the drop of the oil prices is making a new economic crisis. Economic crisis. Or أزمة اقتصادية. أزمة اقتصادية. Now I'm saying this in Arabic because I think, well, this is not an idiomatic expression. It's a kind of collocation. Something that comes with something else quite frequently. So let me just answer this question here because it's kind of interesting. Yes. The drop of the oil prices, so that the beginning of partial curfew in the Iraqi society, in particular areas, not all over the country, no, in particular areas, I'd say Baghdad. So my question was to you, what is your plan for tomorrow? What are you planning to do? Have you kept a checklist or a bucket list of things that you like to do for tomorrow? I mean, I have in my list few things. For April 20th, they are reviewing Kant. I'm reading Kant, the philosopher. He's very difficult philosopher to read. And I'm also planning to read Steve Jobs and read other bunch of books. But for your information, I do not read a whole book. So if I want to accomplish something, I'm a very lazy person. This might surprise you or catches you off guard. To catch you off guard, it means to surprise you. To catch you off guard, it means to surprise you. Okay, so that's expression number 8, probably. To catch you off guard, it means to surprise you. So I do not normally read a whole book. Sometimes I'm very dirty when it comes to selecting the kind of book I read. Sometimes I read a chapter. So my plan is to read a chapter or two from separate books every single day. Now, even these chapters, I do not read them in one go. I mean, I do not, let me just type it up here, read them in one go. That means I do not read all of them all together at the same time. No, I read, for example, 5 or 6 pages. I go grab a cup of coffee. I fix myself a cup of milk or something to procrastinate, because I'm a terrible procrastinator. Procrastinator is someone who wastes most of his time. Procrastinator is someone who wastes most of his time. Now, going back to a very important question here. I have a question by Anwar Al-Ayash, and that is, how many words are memorized in English language and what is the difference between home and house? I think the difference between home and house can be found in this link here. There are like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of, pages that offer the difference between the word home and house, but this is not probably the appropriate time for us to talk about it, but I've already sent you a message about the difference with a link. You may be able to check it out later in order to understand the potential difference. Sometimes you're in your house, but you feel that you are in your home. Your home is your country, probably, or a place that is very endearing to your mind, to be considered as a home for you. But a house is any kind of like architecture that fits you inside in a way or another. Sometimes, by the way, they are used interchangeably. So probably there is a mutual benefit of considering that you use this word or that word alternatively, and interchangeably. So these are 2 more expressions that we plan to learn tonight. If you have any questions before, initiating your plans for tomorrow or whatever you're thinking of for tomorrow, please shoot them out to me on my page. I will be addressing them. I know it is a little bit late tonight and you have a big day, probably especially those who are located in Baghdad and the suburbs of Baghdad, who plan to, break a leg and start a new day with new life plans. I hope everything goes according to your plans. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. That's expression number 9. Fingers crossed. Okay? Or what we call knock on the wood. When we do this, it's in English, it means I do not want to envy you. I hope you have great luck with your plans and what you like to do tomorrow. So if we've been in this curfew for some time, but if we think of the big picture, that's the expression that we have for tonight. Also, probably expression number 10. Not sure about it, but excuse my French if you feel that I've made any kind of mistakes here in the counting numerically of the numbers that we have for the list of words that I have for you. So if we think of the big picture, we like to see the whole map of what we are thinking of. So for example, if we've been debating or arguing or discussing something that is considerably minor in terms of the whole picture, we need to think of the big picture. I'll give you another example. Like, me and my friend are talking about how miserable the curfew is for a lot of people, especially unemployed ones. But if we think of the big picture, إذا نفكر بالصورة الكبيرة, it is for their own benefit. It is for their own good. It is for their own good. It is for your own good. Perfect. That is the last expression. My call for you tonight is to stay safe. Isolate yourself from any crowds. Try to learn something new. This is my motto, my slogan. Carpe diem. Try to learn something. Also, make somebody laugh or smile or happy. Give to be given. Give to be given. This is a very big motto for me and for a lot of people who are successful. You need to give to be given. You need to collaborate. You need to help. Our country goes through a very critical point in its time, and we need to cooperate, collaborate, synergize. Cooperate, collaborate, and synergize with each other. We need to help each other, and we need to make everybody happy. We need to make everybody positive. That is why most of my posts on Facebook page is to make you smile. If I make you smile, I made my day. Or you made my day. You made my day. This is a very common expression in English. We say if we reach to a point of accomplishment or achievement for things that we set as a priority or previously for what we plan to do. And we have done it, so we've made our day, or you made my day, just made me happy, So going back to square number 1 means going back to the beginning. Square number 1, going back to square number 1, it means going back to the beginning. I love you so much, and I love to help you. If you have any message, shoot it to me on my messenger or my Facebook, and I will directly help you with that. And also, again, for tomorrow, do not stay in big crowds. We're going through a very critical time in our country's economy and health wise. The coronavirus curve hasn't been flattened yet, so we were not able to flatten up the coronavirus curve of the number of casualties. But you need to be very careful with that. Thank you so much. I wish you happy dreams that I wish to be part of. And stay healthy, stay safe. Tomorrow, inshallah, is going to be another day for you with a lot of success. This is the English teacher, Walid, and looking forward to see you happy most of the time.